Hi Brahmas, I'm Nia.
And I'm Tori, and welcome to this week's Bullseye broadcast.
Up next on the impeachment of President Donald Trump.
Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman, one of the witnesses in the most recent Trump hearings, was mocked by President Trump after wanting to be called lieutenant and for wearing a military uniform during the hearing earlier this week. Trump was frustrated after Vindman publicly stated it was inappropriate, it was improper for the president to demand an investigation into a political opponent, especially a foreign power where there's at best dubious belief that this would be a completely impartial investigation.
Also, China has accused the U.S. of interference after Senate passes a bill supporting Hong Kong protests.
China's foreign ministry on Wednesday criticized the U.S. after the Senate unanimously passed a bill supporting Hong Kong protesters.
The Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act interferes in China's domestic affairs, said Foreign Ministry spokesperson Zhang Shuang, according to an online statement in Chinese.
The bill now proceeds to the House, which already approved its own version of the bill in October.
Stop hitting the jewel and start hitting the books. The American Medical Association and the state of New York put vaping companies on notice Tuesday in the wake of President Donald Trump's apparent retreat from federal action against flavored electronic cigarettes.
More than 2 months after saying he would ban flavored vaping products other than menthol, and tobacco and facing heavy opposition, Trump has not said what, if anything, he plans to do.
His administration says the rulemaking process is ongoing, but the ban expected by now is thought to be on hold while the administration considers next steps. The Washington Post and the New York Times reported over the weekend Trump was convinced to back off from the plan because he could lose voters in 2020.
This week, Dunbar High School hosted its annual Visual Arts Week. Special congratulations to our school's Bob Ross, Tori Kwan for winning her art contest.
Also, yesterday, new members of USB were added to the Student Council after getting through 3 rounds of interviews. Congratulations, Brahmas.
Now on to sports.
Dallas Mavericks star Luka Doncic lit up the Golden State Warriors for 35 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists in the Mavs' 142-94 win. Doncic exited the game for good with minutes left in the third quarter, playing only 25 minutes and 30 seconds, the least playing time in the NBA history by a player to produce a 30-point triple-double, according to Elias Sports Bureau data.
Felipe Vasquez, the suspended Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher, is facing additional charges stemming from alleged sexual relationship with an underage girl. Authorities in Westmoreland County filed 21 new charges against Vasquez on Tuesday, including 10 counts of child pornography and 10 counts of unlawful sexual contact with a minor. Vasquez, 28, already was facing charges including statutory sexual assault, unlawful contact with a minor, and corruption of minors.
On a more positive note, LeBron James completed his triple-double collection on Tuesday with 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists in a 112-107 win over Oklahoma City Thunder. The Los Angeles Lakers superstar became the first player in league history to log a triple-double against all 30 NBA teams.
As for arts and entertainment, Apple has canceled the premiere of The Banker in light of sexual abuse allegations involving the family of the real-life subject of the movie. The Banker, which stars Anthony Mackie, Samuel L. Johnson, and Nicholas Hoult, tells the true story of Bernard Garrett Sr., an African-American man who built a banking empire in the 1950s and 60s after using Matt Steiner, a white man, as the face of the company. The film was set to premiere on Apple TV+, but was pulled after sexual abuse allegations were made against Garrett's real-life son, Bernard Jr. The Hollywood Reporter broke the news on Wednesday, reporting that half-sisters Cynthia and Sheila Garrett were allegedly sexually abused by their half-brother Bernard Jr. in the 1970s.
Before the film Harriet debuted earlier this month, it was revealed that Julia Roberts was suggested to play the role of Harriet Tubman. Harriet was played by an African-American actress, Cynthia Erivo, but studio executives said, "It was so long ago, no one is going to know the difference."
Come on, America! Anyways, Disney has continued to break records at the box office this year and is going on the verge of setting a new one. The studio has already garnered more than $8 billion at the global box office since January, breaking the record for the highest grossing year for a studio ever, which it set in 2016. Not to mention, it already has the most billion-dollar movies in a single year with 5, and Frozen 2 looks to be its 6th.
Sorry we have to let you go, but that's all the news we have for today.
Come back in 2 weeks to get some more juicy,
Spicy.
sizzling hot tea.
Have a good Thanksgiving break, Brahmas.